I've got news. I'm going to quickly change this a little bit. Maybe that sounds better, I'm not sure. You'll have to tell me in the comments below. The global challenge isn't today, it's tomorrow. So I'm going to do a low effort video to account for the fact that I set people up for success and then didn't succeed. I can use Chi to match Ting-Lu. So even if I'm not getting a damage boost, I am getting the bare minimum out of my mons. And they're not expecting Terra fighting Terra Blast, so I'll play that to my advantage. They've got two of the beads, two ruinous Pokemon, so I do want to think about that. I mean, defensively, Urshifu and Chi are strong in this matchup. Two Ghost types to ignore Extreme Speed, with the addition of Pokemon to ignore the Ruin, and yeah. And most of them are special attackers. And they also have Surging Strikes to get around Intimidate. It's a great plan. It's a great plan. Trust me. It never fails. Never fails. I said in the Mario video today, but I'm sick as they let both of them. I don't know if I can. Okay, what I can do is, and feel free to stop me the moment I start sounding like a bit of a Looney Tune, a bit crazy even. What I can do is, I can open up my display so I actually have the correct screen being used. Boom, step 1. Step 2, I can protect here. Fake tears into Ting-Lu. This might look weird, but we're fine. I'm not putting the overlay up. This time it's intentional. It wasn't a mistake this time. Show me Ruination or some crappy Dark type move that fails here. Earthquake will do. Honestly, Fluttermane takes that pretty well. Since I'm not using priority, I'm in a really strong position to go Terra Blast into Ting-Lu, and then follow that up with an Icy Wind. They will never Terrasilize in front of Calyrex for the fear of Astral Barrage. If I call them on their Terrasilization, they lose. Maybe they'll be able to pick that I'm using a super effective move, but I doubt they'll be able to pick Terra Fighting specifically. So, all that's to say, Ting-Lu's about to go down. And if it doesn't go down, I'm going to be really, really surprised. Let's see it. Ting-Lu protects. I clicked Icy Wind, didn't I? Yeah. Oh, Ice Shard doesn't pick up the KO. Icy Wind, how much damage into the Champao? Honestly, kind of crazy damage. That's Beads of Ruin as well, which didn't even occur to me. Now that they know what my ploy is, like now that they know what I'm trying to do, I'm going to protect and just let Fluttermane go here. I'm going to target the Champao. If I can get rid of that, this game becomes instantly easier. But more importantly, I can just take my time and say, the burden is on you to adapt to what I've shown, which is where I'm going to take advantage, because that's one way to do it. Well, who are they sending in? Yeah, that was... well, now I'm weak to... Well, weak is not the right word, but I'm vulnerable to E-Speed, so I do want to ensure that I don't lose my Calyrex unnecessarily. Cool, protect, that's fine. What I can... Well, there are technically a lot of things I can do. I don't necessarily think there are tons of great plays here. My instinct's telling me Terra Blast into Champao is the play. Though my problem with that is I shard E-Speed into Calyrex absolutely picks up the KO, but I might survive either one of them separately. No, that's not true. That's not true. I'm swapping Urshifu to the field. And clicking Moonblast into Chien-Pao again. Specifically because Terra normal E-Speed's probably their play. And while sacking Urshifu here is not favorable, they didn't E-Speed. That's interesting. Maybe it's Dragon Ascent, in which case I'm actually in really great position since it's probably banded, yeah. Unless it's Life Orb, I'm in great position. It could be Scarf, could be Life Orb, it could be anything really. I'll put you on the left, you on the right, easy peasy. From here, it shouldn't be impossible, but also not easy to win. That's Life Orb, isn't it? I didn't see I wasn't paying enough attention, but that was chipped, right? No, it's not. So that probably is banded. Meaning I feel pretty safe just clicking Astral Barrage. In theory, I should feel safe clicking Astral Barrage. Honestly, I kind of don't. But I'm just not quite sure to why yet. So in theory, I can pick up Chien-Pao this turn. There's multiple ways to do it. I'll Astral Barrage and try to chip down the Rayquaza at the same time. If they're not clicking a priority move, Chew should add speed and run the chance for a burn. If they get burnt, this is going to be devastating. That being said, if I was being more intelligent, I would have Terra Blasted into Quaquay. Oh, I just fucked it. I fucked up. Oh, this is what being sick does to me. It means I can't play right. I survived, but that's just not good enough. Since I get nothing this turn. Unless I get a massive knockout on Chien-Pao and a burn. It's not really good enough. So I need to burn Chien-Pao here or I lose. Sorry, I need to burn Rayquaza here or it's over. No comeback. No burn. That sucks. From here on, there's just no way for me to feasibly stop all of this. I think the safest call is to just double attack. Well, here's the thing. To me, it feels most likely for Cali to protect. You know what? I'm gonna make a call here. They call Calyrex protect. They do not. But I can actually push that to my advantage. Technically. Problem is I didn't protect Chi-Yu here. If I protected Chi-Yu, I would have had okay positioning. Maybe I burn Ting Lu and that gives me an advantage. Or I get good damage. Yeah, that's a crit. That sucks. Yeah, this game's over. Over with a capital O. Calyrex does not survive any attack from that range. If I'd had Urshifu later in the game, that I could have forced them to make more specific plays, which might have given me a chance, but from this position, it's just not possible. Unfortunate. I'll just cut it back in when the next battle starts. Oh, that was a good blow. Editor, cut that out. Editor, cut that out. Oh my god. Don't leave that in. Let's do this, Tifa. Yeah, this is a matchup for me. By leading Cali Chi-Yu, I put direct pressure on essentially everything. With Chi-Yu on the board, like with the two of them together at the same time, they're always going to feel a level of pressure to attack into Chi-Yu to reduce Calyrex's output and protect their, so that they can protect their own Calyrex. which is a great way to use that to hold advantage using Urshifu. It's a good switch in. Defensively, I hate Roaring Moon here, so I'm not going to bring it. But I mean, I also hate Whimsicott defensively, so it's probably got to be Flutter Mane. Just for the chance that they, you know, that maybe there's a chance I pull something out with Flutter Mane. It survives one hit when it needs to and it wins me the game. That's kind of the only reason to bring it. Maybe I get a Fake Tears off to clutch up. Since they'll never know what Flutter Mane's trying to do until the turn plays out. I am confident that I can pick up both of them in one turn if I do this correctly. The way that I'm thinking right now is Astral Barrage into both and Heat Wave into both, specifically Terra Heat Wave. My concern comes in with potential Terra Fire or Water, and I don't know if Snarl will do the damage, if I'm being honest. I'm going to go for Snarl. My thought is, worst case scenario, I miss an attack, or they go Terra Fire, and I can't pick up that KO. I'm definitely screwed from there. But if I do it right, and Snarl is able to pick up the range, then I'll be all the better for it. Notably, it just came to my mind. I'm playing the Rosencrantz team. I didn't really bring it up. But I'm not playing the normal team. Besides the fact that that's really obvious, I didn't bring it up. And I thought, just then, I didn't say anything about it. That's weird. Anywho, Terra Water, I was right. I was right to get concerned about the potential of a fire-resistant Terra. Cool crit on the Ogerpon. I don't know if that matters, honestly. Since I know Snarl's going to pick up the range. My question is, are they clicking Ivy Cudgel into Ogerpon? Perfect. I'm sorry, into Chiyu. Even after Terrastalizing, that does a lot of damage on us. Oh, it's a crit. Snarl hits both, but it doesn't pick up Calyrex. If they're going on the offense, I could be cooked. Okay, they're going Trick Room. With my Terra off the board, they know that Calyrex is either switching or protecting. If possible, I'd love to avoid Chiyu getting knocked out by Calyrex. To me, that's my biggest priority. To that end, how long do I have to stroll? I have to stall 4 turns. Okay, let's go through it. I swap Calyrex to Urshifu and protect Chiyu. That's 1 turn. Protect Calyrex, sack Chiyu. That's 2 turns. I think that's the right path. I think that's the correct path, at least. Because I can't think of any other way to get around this Trick Room that doesn't lose me the game instantly. Notably, I'm looking back at my game plan for turn 1. I could have clicked Terra Blast. It wouldn't pick up Ogerpon in 1 turn, but it would guarantee Calyrex no matter what. Minus like Terra Grass. There's no perfect play, but I certainly didn't make the right one. Knock off into Urshifu, unfortunate. Bye-bye Mystic Water. From here, I've got a number of plays, actually. Even without the Mystic Water, there's a real shot that Aqua Jet picks up the KO. I'm leaning towards it doesn't. But at the same time, look at their back. Unless they want to... What I'm thinking is, I can at least punish plays that involve Calyrex attacking by keeping Urshifu on the field and attacking. They may feel emboldened to do something. They send it their Urshifu, okay. That means there's a real shot that Chi-Yu actually just survives this turn. I'm sorry, that Fluttermane survives this turn. Which is good for me. Since reduced health Fluttermane they're going to want to get rid of. And realistically, Fluttermane is honestly not doing much for me in this game. It is... the U-turn. That's unfortunate. It must be Assault Vest. I mean, the benefit I have now is that I'm getting at least very solid chip onto their Urshifu. I may have to sack Chi-Yu here to get through Trick Room. And that's not ideal, but it's workable. If I attacked into the instant slot, I would have been in unbelievably great position. Because that absolutely picks up the KO onto Calyrex. My greed got the best of me. Or maybe they just called that play really well. Either way, I'm in a tough place now. Glacial Lance and Surging Strikes is just really safe, and Detect isn't safe at all. I feel like I kind of have to hedge my bets on my offense, but looking at it, 182 attack just isn't enough. I'm certain of that. How many turns of Triggering do we have? 2 turns. Okay, so I'll sack Chi-Yu here. I'm going for the Calyrex. If for any reason they let what's it called? Let Calyrex go down here, or for whatever reason. Okay, so my question. Actually no, Fluttermane has speed, so it's over now. If I left Urshifu on the field, then there would still be an opportunity for attacks to redirect into Chi-Yu if they were originally targeting there. Oh, they went close combat. Okay. So they had every expectation that Calyrex would take Fluttermane there, and absolutely no expectation that Urshifu would survive. That puts me in a really nice position, actually. Since I can bring Urshifu to the field. Actually, that's still a rough position, honestly. So if I'm instant, I'm clicking Knock Off into Fluttermane and Close Combat into Urshifu. I'm just going to make a read here. Since I've actually fallen a lot further behind than I realized I was going to. To get out of this final turn, I'm going to try to use Calyrex as a good pivot. And just try to punish another close combat play, since that's all I really know that they might want to do. If I successfully punish this attack, okay, that's a good start. Show me close combats. Aqua Jet, that's fine. It's not great, but it's fine. If I had Fluttermane coming out of Trick Room, I'd be very, very happy. But honestly, this is pretty great. Since I know Calyrex is going to take a single attack, minimum, I want to guarantee Urshifu a body. I don't want to risk Astral Barrage coming with any strings attached, so I'm just going to use Shadow Ball to play it safe. Despite the fact that I made a few pretty critical mistakes throughout this, it's really good to see that I'm actually in a position where I could win. So they get that off. The question is, do they survive a Surging Strikes? I'd say it's entirely possible. If they have a berry, I just lost. If they have a berry. Okay. It picks up the range on Incineroar. It was close, and I'm so glad it did. Since that leaves them with absolutely no way to get around the anything, really. That's 2 battles. I don't know if I'm going to do a third. If we're doing a third Editor, cut straight to it. Basotora VGC. Let's do this. Okay, so looking at the matchup, for them, Trick Room is overwhelmingly more advantageous for them. To the end of getting into Trick Room, they have two setters. They've got Lunala and E.I.D.I.L. In any situation where they want to get into Trick Room, it's most advantageous for them to use E.I.D.I.L to set Trick Room. Of course, they could try to lean into their Tornadus mode, but I think that comes at a significant risk that they can't afford to pay. What's the speed stat on this one? It's max speed Urshifu. Meaning, there's a very real chance that the Ursaluna, even in Tailwind, won't outspeed it. I think, up front, I'm definitely going to want to lead Calyrex here. As the up front, it's just a good bait. Given the fact that Psychic type damage and Ghost type damage is very prevalent on their team, I'll put Roaring Moon, and then I'll use Urshifu as a good defensive pivot. Given the matchup, it's probably better if I bring Whimsicott, isn't it? Well, okay. Here's the thing, though. Fluttermane can do more passive speed control relative to what Fluttermane does. If I set up Tailwind and they go Trick Room, I'm out of options. It is going to leave me no chance for anything to work. If I set them to -1, at least it's not as bad. Cool. Expected leads. We want to keep it really... We really want to keep it a buck. Ideally, this is not Psychic Seed in E.I.D.I.L. If it isn't, we're in really great position just to click Knock Off, and that's unfortunate. I mean, in practice, the same play of just Knock Off Astral Barrage is still valid. Astral Barrage will avoid the Terrestrialization. I'm sorry, Astral Barrage. Where's my problem? There's no way for me to realistically stop E.I.D.I.L to stop Trick Room if they... It could be Power Beam, actually. Meteor Beam, sorry, that's what it's called. It goes Terra Fairy. I Astral Barrage, it clicks Follow Me. They use Follow Me to bypass it. It's possible. Since I know a lot of speed, I'll Wide Guard. That could be a mistake. Either way, I'm going to hope that Rock Slide can pick up a few flinches along the way in case they want to click, they want to be clicking Moongeist, Meteor Beam, Trick Room. Any number of moves like that, nice, could make this a lot more difficult. Astral Barrage, I want to break the Shadow Shield. This does probably 20% max. Like, it's not going to do much. Yeah, that's about where I expected it to sit. I didn't Terrestrialize here, so I really do need that flinch, or for them to be clicking a... Yes. Ooh, messing with the mic. Holy. Pop. Anyway. From here, Astral Barrage Rock Slide is just absurdly strong. There's nothing they can do to get around it. Except... there actually is something they can do to get around it. The way I'm going to adjust my play is I'm going to use Terra Blast fighting on Lunala and try to punish a potentially greedy switch-in on... what's it called? On Ursaluna. They didn't do that. But the idea would have been just that Ursaluna might want to come in to tank the Astral Barrage. It eats the rock move safely. So I can try to punch it with the Terra Blast. Straightforward, pretty simple play. Lunala does pick up the KO with Terra Fighting Terra Blast. That is kind of the other element of the play, is that it's more likely to pick up a one-hit knockout, and it isn't redirected by E.I.D.I.L for massive drawback. So I can take full advantage of that play to just try and get that boost. If I get a flinch on E.I.D.I.L here, the game is over. They do not flinch. Trick Room goes up. I desperately need to get both of these Pokemon off the field. I have no immunities to Amoonguss. I'm going to go for the double spread. Specifically because I absolutely need some damage on all of their team to actually guarantee position. They do spore into the Roaring Moon. That's good for me. It's about as good as I'm going to get. +1 Astral Barrage probably won't pick up the KO as a spread move. If I tried to predict the E.I.D.I.L switch, then maybe. But given the position, that's honestly a lot better than I could have hoped to get. Honestly, more times than not, that's where I lose the game just outright. From here, if I get a turn 1 wake up, this game becomes very easy. But again, I'm not really reliant on that either. Good spore, it's a fail. We know that they want to spore the Calyrex slot, that's straightforward. This probably picks up the KO. Yeah, it does. If I send in a Protect Amon that could realistically protect... Well, here's the thing. Well, they can just use Headlong Rush is my problem. There's no way Surging Strikes, that any moves off of Urshifu will pick up the KO. And I actually have no clue how long we've been in Trick Room. They said Trick Room, Amoonguss comes in, they spore Roaring Moon. I do most of the damage there. Spore fails. I'll send in Flutter Man. I can always swap Urshifu to the field as a somewhat middle ground-ish play and just say, you know what, I don't need Calyrex anymore. I don't know if I want to do that or if I can even afford to do that, but actually now that I'm thinking about it, a really simple play I can make is just switch Urshifu in and ICU in and then make it a reliance on them caring more about Calyrex than Fluttermane here. They spore Calyrex, they Headlong Rush Fluttermane. That at least gives me an opportunity. Still, that's really unfortunate. Facade, that's the knockout. Damn. That's really unfortunate. Thankfully I can stall the last turn of Trick Room, but it'll be a 3v1 that I can't realistically win. So Fluttermane's got 1 turn of sleep on it. My win cons are limited. Limited. To me, the only way I can realistically win from here is to protect and Icy Wind. If I can take out Amoonguss this turn, the game is winnable. The game then, and only then, becomes winnable. It's based on what I've seen so far, it's entirely possible that they only have Facade. But I wouldn't bet on it. Yeah, Headlong Rush. I don't survive that, of course. The question now becomes, can I deal with Ursaluna in 1 turn? My problem is, Ursaluna Protect is way too safe. Coming out of Trick Room, they know I want to get rid of Amoonguss. So I don't go back to sleep. So to that end, the only way that they can punish that is by clicking Spore and Headlong Rush. Since I can't take out both, going for either becomes a problem. I'm gonna put my bets on a mistake. Rage Powder, okay. That does it. That's the game. Yeah, no, I didn't think of that. My entire plan was just put all my bets on taking out a Moongus and E.I.D.I.L quick enough with potential sleep turns in play. But that's just a lot smarter for them. Guarantee that they get the attack off safely. Can't argue with that. Good play. If I'm being honest, I need to blow my nose, but I think we're doing one more after this. I'm not really editing much at all with this video, so I've certainly got an incentive to play a few more games and then put like a big title on it and see how long people actually want to watch it. So maybe that'll work. It's my way of saying sorry for the grand challenge. That's what it is, people. It's my way of saying sorry. Okay, editor, cut that out. Cut that all the way out. Keep battling. Just leave the results of reflected page up for a second until you've at least made the majority of your nose blowing done. Oh. Holy, that was a good blow. Editor, cut that out again. Why'd you leave? Why are you recording me right now? Holy, leave me be. Mary Jane. Oh, come on. What did I do? You know what? This one actually. You know what? No. Look on the bright side. This one doesn't have Spore. The overwhelming downside is that they do have a Roaring Moon that's likely booster energy tailwind. Off rip, I really fear that Landorus. Miraidon's really put the fear of Landorus into me. To the end of beating Landorus, I'll put Urshifu in the front. And I'll bring Calyrex in the back. My thought being, if they want to go Trick Room or anything like that, actually they could be Psy Spam actually. If I'm looking at the team comp, I actually think it's probably Psy Spam with Meteor Beam now that I'm looking at it. So realistically they're leading E.I.D.I.L or Ogerpon with Lunala, focusing on redirection. Since they can't redirect Calyrex, they'll Terrastalize. In which case I want to lead Chi-Yu. I'll bring Urshifu, Fluttermane in the back. My goal is to beat their, what's it called? I don't even know what it's called anymore. I want to beat their Lunala as quickly as possible. The easiest way to do that is just to unload big damage consistently. The previous one was Terra Grass. If they're Terra Grass on this Lunala, then I could have a really great matchup. Notably, I don't, because I don't have Lunala in the front. 9 times out of 10, I'm not clicking a work messages. They're fun. Anywho, 9 times out of 10, they're not expecting Astral Barrage into either target. They're probably expecting Protect, realistically, because I wasn't paying enough attention, but I'm pretty sure that was booster energy that just went off. Whoa. We're stopping Urshifu here because we want to potentially soak up a Surging Strikes or a Close Combat with our own Urshifu. That is the defensive value that Big Bear brings to the team. My hope is that I'll just obliterate Roaring Moon. One turn. They get their Tailwind, cool. I'll send in my Fluttermane. Probably be at sped. But I can use it to leverage Icy Winds to... Oh, okay. That's interesting. Oh, okay. So they're going to probably Surging Strike. Oh, double. Righto. Well, now that they know what my play is, I've got a few things I can do here. I can swap Chi-Yu to the field, though I find that 9 times out of 10, that's not a good play. Swapping anything to the field here is an unfortunate situation to be in. It's possible that it's Sash Urshifu, And based on the fact that I've shown a game plan involving terra fighting, I want them to hopefully terrestrialize, probably flying, and let my Calyrex get a little bit of free damage on it. Urshifu can finish it off. From there, Aqua Jet wraps it up. I'm just trying to make the most out of this terrible situation. I could have just protected, honestly. I would have protected every single time if I... Wait, what? You know, editor. I don't think the editor can save this one, honestly. Watch it. Okay. So, we're at least taking Roaring Moon here, but we've already lost our Snowball. This game is over, but I'm going to drag it out as far as it can possibly go. Unless they close combat here. Okay, yeah, it's over. It is so over. I survived it. You know what, actually, it's not as over as it should be. Flutter Mane to the field. They do not have Tailwind yet, meaning I can take advantage of my position. In theory, the best thing I can do here is probably just Icy Wind and close combat into Urshifu. I don't really have many, if any, outs at all. Oh, they bring Calyrex to the field, don't they? Oh, and E.I.D.I.L. Oh, they're trying to predict the Aqua Jet, which means my play is actually really strong. Cool, Icy Wind for the knockout. E.I.D.I.L has reduced speed now, but that's really not relevant whatsoever. It's already the slowest thing on the field at all times. Maybe Lunala, depending on how they've built it. But that's a big if. Cool, CC, how much damage? Not quite the knockout. It does put... No, they've already put terrain up, so they're not going to use terrain moves to win this game anymore. It's not that they can't, it's that it's completely disadvantageous for them to do that. Honestly, do I have any good spread damage on Chi? Yeah, I do, actually. What I'll do is I'll searching... here's my problem. E.I.D.I.L's got no reason not to click Follow Me here. What I want is for tons of attacks to go in there. Oh, they didn't click Follow Me. I would have been fine. At the bare minimum, I'm guaranteeing good chip on Lunala, and maybe E.I.D.I.L survives the... I'm sorry, and maybe Flutter Mane survives the turn. It's a good 50%, but it's probably Expanding Force coming out here. Yeah, there's a good chance that I survive one. Yeah. Okay. When they see Chi-Yu on the field, they're gonna have a pretty strong inclination that I'm... Well, here's the problem with all that inclination nonsense. We're in Trick Room. My inclination don't matter, and they might be able to pick that apart. It still doesn't matter because we're in Trick Room. There's nothing to be done here. They're faster than me. I can't protect. What I can do is I can click... It doesn't really matter where I'm clicking. Let's think it through. The worst case scenario is Lunala somehow surviving the hit. How many monsters they have left? They have 3. At -1, I know I'm not moving first. Follow Me is fine. I mean, the fact that they're Follow Me tells me... wait, no, no, it's over. It's over. I don't know why I was thinking about this like it wasn't over. I forgot about the Meteor Beam. I looked at the team and I knew it was a problem, but I didn't at all account for it when I made plays. That's really unfortunate. Boys, that is game! -1, Lunala now sweeps. It has the +1 boost in speed, in special attack and a -1 boost in speed. That's basically the same as popping, like, special Dragon Dance in Trick Room, so not a lot to be done there. Unfortunate planning and really great plays from them.